It's a phenomenon that is plaguing our nation, poisoning our children, and ruining our society. It is a storm waiting to sweep away our population, destroy our crops, and tear apart our families. I am speaking, of course, of No Nut November. Nobody knows when and how No Nut November showed up, but it traces back a couple of years to where it was first seen in what was called memes. Look at this No Nut November meme, and this meme over here. Haha, those are pretty funny. The phenomenon influences men to abstain from having sexual intercourse, or as the kids say, nutting. But what is the point? What is the reason these men are following the guidelines of an invisible force to keep their nuts deep inside their heart? What is it that the creator of this movement wants from it? Dr. Christopher Walkenfloogle has devoted his entire life and study to researching the phenomenon, its causes, and its effects. He is the leading neurologist in no-nutology to date. Dr. Walkenfloogle believes he has made a breakthrough in his years of hard work, innovating the field of no-nut psychology, or hypojaculitis, as doctors are now calling it.
It's perplexing, really. All these men together, abstaining from nutting, the effect that it has on population growth alone, they don't realize what they're doing to the world and themselves.
Dr. Walkenfloogle has been experimenting in his lab to see the effects that No Nut November has on the brain and body. His research is leading in the study and has been cited and reviewed by Yale's Scientology board. He has been testing the effects of the phenomenon on 2 male guinea pigs who decided not to be named in this documentary due to shame and reputation.
So what we have here are 2 male guinea pigs. They have both been isolated from females now for the whole month of November. It is 12 days into this experiment, and so far they are really not doing well. He's losing his mind. 12 days in, no female contact, no intercourse, nothing. He doesn't know what to do with himself. I barely recognize this wild, feral animal that he's changed into. It's horrifying to see the effects on their brains and bodies. Like, look at him, he's miserable. Look at him. He can't even calm down. He's become antisocial, wild. Oh no, he's becoming aggressive.
Dr. Walkenfloogle's research does not stop there. He believes that he has deduced what is truly going on and who is behind it.
So No Nut November started out as a challenge for men to partake in 2017, the same year that Donald Trump was inaugurated as President of the United States. So whoever made the challenge didn't waste much time. So we believe that Trump's administration created this movement as a ploy to distract men from reproducing, and in doing so, preventing millions of births from happening in the month of August. Now, what is August, you might ask? August is the 3rd fiscal quarter of the year. Why is the 3rd fiscal quarter of the year important, you might ask? I'll tell you. iPhone.
Apple releases their newest lineup of their ever-popular iPhones in the 3rd fiscal quarter of the year, when babies who were conceived the previous November would be born. iPhones have been a staple in modern culture for years, and they are in high demand, always.
Okay, now you're probably wondering, what does that have anything to do with iPhones? I'm getting to that, stop asking questions. iPhones are expensive. Babies are expensive. If you just had a baby, there's no way in hell you're gonna buy the newest iPhone. Now you're probably asking, why would the government want you to buy iPhones? What did I say about questions, bitch? Because iPhones track everything you do.
Dr. Walkenfloogle believes iPhones, which are known to track you, scan your face, and hold all your financial information and messages, are in the government's nefarious no-nut agenda to take over American lives, no matter where they are and what they are doing.
They don't want you to have more kids. That way the government can allocate more resources for themselves and they don't have to share with the public. That way when the world ends, they had enough money to save up and build a spaceship so that all the elites can get on it and blast off to Mars and leave us all behind to deal with the end of the world. And what's the end of the world? You're probably asking? Stop fucking asking questions. It's gonna be Planet of the Apes. Duh. Have you not been paying attention? It's gonna be Planet of the Apes. It's gonna be real life. Apes are gonna rule us. And don't even think about nutting, because that shit's not gonna go down with them. That's not gonna fly with them. It's gonna be no nut always. No nut never, ever.
Dr. Walkenfloogle's studies have been instrumental in the science community, helping us better understand what has happened in our society and potential ways to prevent the oncoming crisis that No Nut November brings with it. He is set to be given the Nobel Peace Prize in the coming months.
So I guess, in conclusion, and as seen by all the data in our research, No Nut November is a destructive force of government propaganda that need not be followed. And men should be allowed to nut, and significant others should let them nut in November too. Lisa,